Hello, it's my birthday, and I got gifted Combo Masters trading cards from the Game Crafter. Guess who else's birthday it is? That's right, Combo Masters trading card game. Let's begin. Alright, so I'm going to be opening these three decks from Combo Masters. So we have the King of Blobs starter deck, the Destroyer of Cities starter deck, and this Knockout tournament deck, which was made by the winner of the Combo Masters tournament that was held somewhat recently, I want to say. Anyways, Combo Masters is a great game. I personally have only played a couple of times, but I've played actually with one of the creators of the game, so that was really fun. In case you don't know, Combo Masters is a collaboration trading card game made by 3 people on the Homemade Trading Card Game Community Discord server. I will have a link to the Combo Masters YouTube channel in the description, and the link to get all 3 of these products on the Game Crafter. Alright, so I'm not going to go through every card in the decks. If you want that, check out the Combo Masters YouTube channel. Instead, I'm just going to go through my favorite cards from each rarity from each deck. Okay, so starting with the King of Blobs starter deck, there's just a look at the reference card. Has a nice shield blob, and some information, and then the turn breakdown with fire blob and baby blob, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that one. Anyways, my favorite commons from this. Okay. Oh, also keep in mind that I haven't played the game much, so my opinions are mostly just based on the art that I like or card effects that I found interesting. So, Happy Doggo is first up. I mean, how could you not love this guy? He's adorable. Also, he heals 2 health and draws a card, which I'm pretty sure is good, I think. Okay. Alright, the next common is Mozzarella Rocket. You know, everyone needs a rocket full of mozzarella cheese. I don't see what's not to love about that. And also the ability seems good, because 3 damage as a baseline seems like a decent attack card for a common, and then it also draws a card, which seems great. And then even more if you draw an attack card. For my last favorite common in the King of Blobs decks, I chose the Secret of the Blob. It's a nice card that complements the Blob archetype. I do have a question. If anyone knows the answer, please tell me in the comments. Does Secret of the Blob itself count as a blob card? I know the other blobs are like Fire Blob or Shield Blob or whatever, but does this count as one, even though it's Secret of the Blob and it's not a blob itself, maybe? I don't know. Just, if this is a blob, please tell me. Okay, then moving on to the uncommons from this deck. First we got, oops, sorry for my hand in the way, Spike Blob. I remember this card from my game with mozzarella steaks. It just seems like a solid card. It has a small requirement of 1 creature type card, but 6 damage seems like a lot in the game for a single card. Alright, then we have Sludge Blob. It basically takes up wastes space in your opponent's chain, and just look at the smile. It's just like, it's passive aggressive smile. It's like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. You can't stop me. I adore it. And then my last favorite uncommon from this deck is it's a couch holding a corn dog. This is just amazing. Just like, why? But also, yes, it's beautiful. There are so many questions unanswered, but that's okay. And then of course, King Blob special art, alternate art card. This just looks amazing. I love the transparent effect on the text here, and it's colored green to go with the blobs, I guess. It's the alternate art version. I guess the other version looks like that, but alternate art King of Blob. It's also probably a good card. I didn't really read it yet, but art's amazing. Card looks awesome. Awesome. now moving on to the Destroyer of Cities starter deck. So my favorite commons from this, let's start with Spaghetti Tornado. It's nice and simple, draws 2 cards. This appears in each of the 3 decks that I got, so it must be very good, I guess. Then we got Knife Toss. You just play it once and then immediately discard it, which I thought was interesting and different from most other attacks. And then we have the Gummy Worm, which with only 1 damage seems to be like probably the weakest attack in the game, but because it's a worm that goes, it synergizes with other certain worm themed cards. So I thought that was cool how even though it's very weak, it's still useful. Alright, then for the uncommons from this deck, we have the Abomination. Not only does it look great, or look creepy rather, I would not want that anywhere near me, but also it seems to be pretty powerful. 3 damage and your opponent can't draw cards. It seems good to me. Then we have the Crab Roddy. Cool art once again. Also, I like the idea that it could possibly become just like a massive source of damage. There's theoretically no limit to how much damage it can deal, which I thought was cool. And then another one that deals a lot of damage possibly is this Dapper Worm. Not only is it indeed very dapper, it also seems pretty strong for a deck that has a lot of worm cards in it. Dealing 1 damage for every worm card in your discard pile, it seems like mid to late game that could be quite a lot of worms. So that seems like a powerful attack card. And then, of course, oh, I forgot to show the quick reference card for this one. It has a nice Happy Worm there, and Gummy Worm there. And then the rare for this one, the alternate art rare, is the Gargantuan Worm. And I love this art. It's great. Just look at those teeth. Sorry, it's unfocused, but gaping maws, just disgusting, beautiful. I love it. I love the fist, and I love the, once again with the rares, the transparent text boxes are awesome too. And I guess this is the most powerful attack in the game, so that's cool. And finally, we have the Knockout Tournament deck for Combo Masters, which isn't one of the starter decks. It's the deck of the tournament winner, Orange. If I can find it, I'll put Orange's YouTube channel in the description. Anyways, this deck is probably significantly better than the other 2 starter decks, but I'll talk about my favorites anyhow. Okay, so first we got the quick reference card for this one with, I forget which punch that is, on that side, and then another punch on the other side. Goes with the punch theme. Okay, then for favorite commons, so I'll start with this extra arm one. This is another one of those cards that deals more damage for having cards from a certain archetype, which I think is cool synergy. Also, it's interesting because this is an item card, which I guess don't usually deal damage. It seems like a more attack-centered item card, which is kind of cool, kind of pushing what it means to be an item card. Then we have Arrow Punch, which is a simple card with cool synergy. So I like that. And then we have the French Fry Henchman. I just thought it was interesting that this would go in a tournament deck. It seems counterintuitive, I guess, that you would want this. That you would want this to discard cards in your chain, since the cards in your chain usually do stuff, but I guess since there's only a limit to 8 cards in your chain, it makes sense. Alright, and then for the uncommons, let's start with the Pumpkin Sword. It's just cool art, cool glowy effect. Then we have Gray Guy. it's another one of these cards that can do a lot of damage, which I think is cool. And then we have the Ghost Lifter, which I love the art on this, and I also just love the concept because it gets weaker over time because it doesn't have a body, I guess. And then finally we have the alternate art, Blue Flame Punch. This is actually the art here is made by the person who made the deck, who won the tournament. So I thought that was really cool. And once again, the transparent background on the text is awesome, and the art is awesome itself. And I like the interesting swirly effect in the background. Alright, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I guess I don't need these anymore, so